Yeah, so you know what I mean? No, it's G Fuse, locked into Gateway Podcast. You know what I mean? I didn't even realise, so I spoke to my brother and told me it was been a year since man was trying to get him on here.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Time fly. I didn't even realise. I was like, right, like we made it happen. Man told me it's been an actual year. Man, appreciate both of the man them to pass through.
Yeah.
So without further ado, you know what I mean, let's get this started, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously you man want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah,
let the people know.
Yeah, Noble Savage Podcast. I'm Kicks.
Yeah, I'm Prep, one half of the podcast.
Yeah, and we just talk about everything, man. The good, bad, the ugly. You get it? So yeah, we're just here. Obviously, we've been trying to link up, and there's a few pods that I've been trying to catch up with and whatever. So I'm happy to kind of make it happen. We caught up a long time ago, so
yep.
You get me? I appreciate the bringing.
Likewise as well. Appreciate you man being here as well. So
man.
You know how it go. So how did you get the name Kicks?
So I've always sold trainers, innit? Even from, I would say, probably in secondary school.
Okay.
I used to sell little chocolates and sweets, save the money, then buy trainers and then sell the trainers. And then it just got, I think it was lockdown. And then lockdown hit. And I just took it to a next level, and I just started just selling. I started selling just to make a little money and buy my own stuff because I love my trainers and stuff. But I just turned it into a business, and now it is a business. Slightly different. Obviously, I've got into modeling and acting as well now.
Yeah.
Because the shoe game's definitely changed. If you know anyone that's into the crep and that, the shoe game's changed now. So the reselling and all of that, it's not the same. So I've kind of moved a little bit sideways, but I'm still into the fashion and whatever. I try to go to some fashion shows and whatever. But yeah, that's just how I became Kicks.
No, I hear that. Yeah. I hear that. What about yourself, my bro?
Hey, mate, he sounds way too interesting for me. Nah. Safe to say I'm not modelling or acting. I've got a better face for radio, I think, for podcasting. Yeah, Kicks and I, we're friends outside of podcasting. So we didn't get together through the podcast or anything like that. But we used to talk for hours. We're both on the road a lot. We're both up and down the country. So a lot of our conversations used to be when I'm maybe doing a 5-6 hour drive, he's doing a 5-6 hour drive, and we used to say we should put this, because the sort of things we used to talk about.
Yeah.
And then it took a couple of years of that, and then we started recording it, and we've been pretty consistent for the last couple of years, and we've really started getting some traction now, and I think people like what we talk about, because it's on a more of a mature flex. You know what I mean? It's not talking about whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, it's when people see two guys together talking, they assume you're doing some red pill stuff. It's nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's just talking about, just from the point of view of two mature guys who are working, providing, and it's become almost like an accountability thing, isn't it? It's about holding everyone accountable for their own behaviour. But we find we have a pretty mixed supporter base as well. Half of our sort of subscribers that are women.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah. So we actually get a lot of love from women. We get a lot of love from women because we talk about parenting and we talk about marriage and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we do get a lot of women that are it's really nice to hear a point of view from a mature man, rather than you get the guys that are talking about get bitches, get cars, and all that kind of stuff.
I hear that. Yeah.
So we actually get a lot of love from women.
No, I hear that.
Podcast, and then we talk about race and immigration and
a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone's okay with accountability until it's their turn.
Yeah.
Then,
for real.
Yeah. Then it becomes. Then we get the sort of divided, and there's a lot of polarizing issues that we talk about.
It is hard though, but if you practice it, it becomes easy, man. I think people take things to heart too much in life, man.
If you don't want me saying,
go for it, bro.
No. What is like you say, people are sensitive these days or whatever. But also, it's I think people are, not to say shook or what it is, but they don't really want to speak on what they really want to say or certain topics because they fear, being shut out or cancelled or whatever you call it or whatever, pushed to the side, you know what I mean, sort of thing. So that's why I think maybe people are more reluctant to say, all right, this is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
But what about their actions though? What about the things that they do? Like you know certain things are wrong, so why don't you do what's right? You get me? People
That's
just
true.
like follow just because, like, do you get me?
No, I understand what you're saying.
It's a bit mad. So sometimes it's like, I'm not really like, you're not where you want to be. Yeah, but why? I'm not where I want to be.
I hear that.
I'm not where I want to be, but like, I'm thinking, yeah, but why though? I've got to question myself. Like, how can I be better? What can I do different? Like, I'm spending money on, let's say, cars, for example. Is that really what I need to be doing right now? Like, I got kids. Maybe I need to like buy something that just moves right now. Instead of it being a Benz or whatever, maybe I just need to buy something a little bit cheaper just to get from A to B.
Stay
put
within
my money.
what you need to do,
bro.
means whatever, and do
So
what you need to do.
It's like sometimes we just got to think about like, okay, maybe I'm not where I want to be because of my actions and my decisions, and just be accountable.
Take accountability,
yeah, bro.
Basically take accountability, innit? Yeah. It's like, yeah.
And that's hard because then you have to look at your own behaviour.
But at the same time, yeah, it's hard, but I feel like that's the right step to take.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because
But
once you
that's- but
say,
it's hard.
okay, this is why I'm in this situation, I'm not blaming X or Y or Z or whatever, and then, do you know what I mean? That's one half of it, innit? Then
That's
the
the
other
hardest
half is to say, all right, this is a position I'm in because of myself, and now what am I going to do? What steps can I take to and actually action it?
So I learned from one of my coaches. I was in sports for like years, for like 40 years, and one of the best things I ever learned from one of my coaches was people say knowledge is power, and it's not. Action is power.
Yes.
Knowledge is just a potential.
Yes.
You know, so you can do something
Yes,
about it.
100%.
But the power comes from the action.
100%.
So, and that's something that stayed with me since my 20s. Do you know what I mean? And it's
I
always
agree
stayed
with
with
that,
me. Knowledge is not power. Action is power.
I realise that as well.
You know what I mean? So, a lot of people know stuff.
Yeah, or
Loads of
know,
experts.
like you said, know what they should be doing.
Yeah, loads of
Yeah.
And know what they, do you know what I mean? Not even know what they should be doing, but they
Yeah.
still do it. So it's like,
And there's a lot of reasons for it. I mean, I always say what is it I used to say about one of my old thingy? I was like, best aim in the shooting range, broken trigger finger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Best aim knows exactly what to do.
That's
he
true.
knows
That's
it.
true.
He
That's
knows
true.
it. He can aim it.
That's
He's aiming
true.
on the bullseye, but his trigger finger's broken. Can't pull the trigger.
Yeah, and life is expensive, yeah, but you can go somewhere in Europe on a good amount of money. Do you know what I mean? Like you could catch a little flight somewhere for like £50.
People don't want to do it.
Do you get
It's
me?
weird.
So like, but people would rather spend maybe their money on, again, we're talking about like more like,
Going down the pub.
yeah, or just like things, you know, that
Bit of
look
trainers,
nice,
bit
or
of trainers.
clothing, or you know what I mean. But really, you could, with a little £500-600, you know, that you save up over a couple of months, you could go travel to a country for like 2-3 days. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's round the corner, like Spain or
That's
like,
usually how much it costs. If you go on a budget, £600-700, you can get like a long weekend somewhere.
yeah,
Flights
decent,
over.
and that's an experience, man. If you get time, travel in the UK because there's
Beautiful
some
places.
beautiful places,
Beautiful.
bro.
no, I'm always
like you'll be
up and
shocked.
down, up and down the M-way, and I happen to stop places or whatever,
Bro, you'll be
for the
shocked
day
sometimes.
and
Things
go
like the
places.
Yorkshire Dales
But the thing is,
and
I'm
all
never
that.
actually out there to see what it's like. I'm just
Yeah,
there to
yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah,
If that makes
yeah,
sense. I'm
yeah,
just there
yeah.
doing
You see the
things.
motorway and you
Do you know what I
see-
mean?
yeah,
It's
you
like I'm
see
just tunnel
motorways.
vision. I'm just like I'm going to see someone.
Have you been-
I go somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really.
Most people.
See,
Most
yeah,
people
yeah,
are
do you know what I
hustling,
mean?
they're
Yeah,
doing
do you know
that.
what I mean?
You might stay in a hotel, you get in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Have you been like Wales before?
Yeah.
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 Them places-
But like I said again.
Just
When you
quick
go-
thing
That's
in and out,
for,
not like
in there
a.
adventuring. It's just I'm there to see someone, there to do something,
Yeah,
and I'm out. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. I'm
You've
just
got all like the Lake Districts
I'm just
and
busy
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got Lake Districts, Yorkshire
Yeah,
Dales,
banging,
there's like
yeah, yeah.
mountains and stuff. You stay in a little hotel in the middle of nowhere, like
But
proper.
but you
really
know, I was
lovely
with
stuff.
one of my guys as well, and I was driving, like say like out Manchester and stuff like that. And even him, like I don't think he's really ventured out like that. He's been to, like abroad a few times and stuff. But he was like, bro, they got all this and that. He's like, I've never seen stuff. And he's looking, I'm like, I see, like,
more
stuff. I know-
but I'm like, that's normal. I see this all the time. I'm driving.
Listen.
I'm always, and he's like, what the? And I'm like, yeah, that's.
I know some
normal,
man. I know
like-
some man's never had a path and
Yeah.
make their own opinion rather than just like getting spoken through someone that's told them. Because this is what we're doing too much nowadays.
But you
man.
know what? It's the same where you say, like for example, you've seen somebody on a podcast, or you've seen someone on TV, or you've seen an actor, or you've seen a footballer, and because they've done an interview, you assume that's that person, that's what they're like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like that bubble. You don't even know them. You've never met. You never chat to them, you don't know anything.
We always say that.
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's the same sort of thing. Someone
You
can see
don't know
you
that
on
person.
here. I know, but someone can see you here and think, because they said that.
Yeah.
They don't.
Even celebrities.
Wife, which I think she was.
Yeah,
I
but you
know.
don't. But what I'm saying, we like people who we like because we like their persona.
I got you, man.
And
Yeah,
then-
but,
but we don't know the real person.
No, but even me, like for example, if I don't really take in anything about it. So if I hear music or I see a movie, I'm not particularly even to give two fucks about what the person is. I'm just listening to the music, or I'm listening to, or I'm watching the movie, whatever. I'm not diving into, this is this person, etc. I don't fucking know them. Do you know what I mean?
You're looking for
unless it's like out there confirm that there's some way off the Richter scale, like do you know what I mean, or something like that. Then it's like, okay, cool. But other than that, I'm not really. I mean, I'm not a person who cares about what anybody else is doing or what their life is. I don't care about all that. I mean,
I'm saying.
you know what I
Some
mean?
people get really caught up in that though, man.
Yeah, but that's, you know what I mean, each their own sort of. But me, I just don't care. I'm not going to lie. I just don't care about
Do you know what?
that.
I'm like looking not to get stabbed.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I'm trying not to get touched. And you lot are there talking about, I'm shopping in here and having this
That's what I mean, just
viral
depends.
croissant or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it depends what your experience is. Miami's big as well. Miami, you got Miami Beach. You go 10 miles outside, or not even 10 miles, 10 minutes outside South Beach, you're in Little Haiti, you're in Little Havana. They're like hood.
Yeah.
Like Miami's got hood, like proper hood. That's where they based all that GTA games, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Miami's got hoods. Just like every city.
Not every, but the thing is, everywhere's got
gangsters
hood.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
Every
People, I
city's
think
got
people
gangsters.
don't understand. Like, it doesn't matter
Everywhere's got
where
tough
you
guys.
go or what area or whatever.
Any
There's always
country.
gonna be people on this, people on
Yeah,
that,
hundreds,
people on smoke.
hundreds.
You know what I mean?
Anywhere there's people, there's room to extort people and get money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what it's about.
Do you know
Anywhere
what?
there's money and there's
You know
people,
what?
you can get it.
I had the saying that I used to tell people. I say, even in a borough,
Yeah.
there's everything in the borough.
Yeah.
Even in one borough,
Yeah.
there's a
Southwark.
millionaire. No, even just like
Yeah,
every
yeah,
borough,
yeah.
every
Great-
borough, there's a
great
millionaire. There's a person who just come out of jail. There's a person who's on an M charge. There's a person who's murdered someone. There's a person who's a solicitor, lawyer. There's a person who's. Do you know what I mean? Everything you could name it is in that borough. Everything.
There's a good,
Do you know
there's
what
a
I
good
mean?
and a bad.
Like it's just how it is,
Look
and I
up
think like
Southwark's such a great example. Southwark, you got the Shard and you got Peckham
Yeah.
and Camberwell. And 5 minutes away, you got the Shard and London Bridge and Shad Thames and people living in 6,000 a month flats.
that's what I mean.
You understand?
Yeah.
But round the corner, you got Elephant Castle or you got whatever. And it's all in the same borough. 100%. You got
That's
that
what I mean.
everywhere.
That's what I
You
mean.
got
That's what I'm
everywhere.
saying. But I don't think people.
They
do you know
don't-
what
they
I mean?
know their little
I don't
world.
know, but I don't think people actually acknowledge.
No, because
do you
they're
know
in
what
their
I mean?
world. Like you said, they're
It's
in their
like,
little
you know what I
comfort.
mean? You can live next door to whoever or whoever. Or
Yeah,
next door.
yeah.
I mean, the whole bar. There's all. Do you know what I mean? Different. It's just. Yeah.
And when a borough or when a city or when not really a city, when a town is getting gentrified, that's when they mix more than
Yeah.
ever. So now Hackney, that is when they're mixing. You're getting the old people from ends in Hackney mixing with the yummy mummies with their pushchairs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are moving in now because it's getting gentrified, and it's that little period
kinda
of like 5 to
neutralises
10
things a little
years
bit. Yeah,
where
yeah.
it mixes. It would have happened in when Hackney was getting like that and Shoreditch and all that. It was Murder Mile, wasn't it? 10 years ago.
Yeah, Murder
If
Mile,
you're,
yeah.
if you're on,
15 years ago, it was like
if you're
Murder
on
Mile.
buying property, whatever's the hoodest hood right now is
That's
the
where
place
to
to
buy,
to be
100%.
watching.
Soon
Because that is gonna that will change. Give it 10 years, it will change.
And we used to do that because we used to like Ramsgate, didn't they, about 10, 15 years ago? The old, when they're knocking down the estates, they get moved outside of London. I know the North Peckham estate got moved down to Gravesend, which is just outside London. It's in Kent. It's just on the sort of borders of southeast London,
that's
outside
what
like
they do.
Bexley and that. There's a lot, and suddenly, and I was living in Gravesend at the time, and you just saw a load of black people move in.
Yeah.
And you knew they're not from Gravesend. So you knew that, and I knew because North Peckham, I used to work in Southwark, so
Okay.
I knew exactly who they were, where they're coming from. And two things happen when you do that. When you move someone in from the hood into a slightly quieter place, they either chill out and think, I don't need to be on smoke all the time and I don't need to be on red alert.
Yeah.
And I'm chilling, or they look at it as an opportunity because now you're the toughest guy in that small town where you weren't even the toughest guy in your estate. So the guy that weren't even the toughest guy in his block
is now the toughest guy
in town. You know what I mean? And then so it can go two ways. It can go two ways like that. But they moved, I think Brixton got moved out to Ramsgate or Margate, them areas. Peckham got moved out to Gravesend and it's changing.
I'm not if it was Gravesend or whatever. I don't really know.
So they started moving out. But Brixton, in them areas, they started getting loads of little coffee-coloured babies.
And it's what? 30, 40 miles away. And they've never...
This is what I was saying.
And then this is why they're seeing...
span with that. I told you. People feel like it's some way far or like it's literally... Like, do you know what I mean?
London's only 30 miles.
Yeah, I think even like from north to south, it's like...
30 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, north south London. Yeah, 30 miles.
Because there's so much fucking traffic. That's like fucking...
It seems long.
It seems long. It's an hour and a half to get here, but...
Because I've put in... Yeah, motorway... Because look, listen,
miles, you're in another town.
I've been, I think, in central London maybe or something like that, yeah? Gone out, and I think I've put a postcode to my bedroom's house or something like that. It must have been about, I don't know, say 10 miles or 12 miles like that, but it took like an hour, whatever, hour 10, right? I put it to somewhere else, my other bedroom's house, and it's like out there, and it was, about 30, 40 miles, but it's still an hour and a half.
You'll be in Milton Keynes.
Do you know what I mean? Once you hit that M-way...
This is why I don't really like London,
you're in Dover,
man.
You're in Dover in 50 minutes from South London.
So I don't really like London, though, man. I just feel like it's just too congested. Like, I feel like you waste your time in traffic. You spend so much money on like fines, parking fines.
There's always something.
Congestion
you can't
charge.
Get away. You can't get away. But the thing is, when like I say, like say you drive a bike, it's not really like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I've gone parking in certain areas. It doesn't cost nowhere near like lunch. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going. I'm thinking. This is how much it is to park for 8 hours. Bro, this is how much it is. I'm thinking, but obviously people from there. Sorry, I don't mean to. I mean to say that. But people from there, I think they're like, fuck. They're not parking for like £2 for like 6 hours. I'm thinking, blood. I'm tapping my shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm parking my shit.
I remember I got a parking fine for like £30, like up north.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I laughed at it, bro. I was like, that's minor.
You get it in 15 quid.
That's what I'm saying.
Up north, there are houses that cost less than a garage will cost in London.
I know.
And they're moaning about house prices up there. And I'm like, this price that you're paying for this 2-bedroom house, I could not get a garage in London. In central London, you couldn't get a garage. Garages will cost 50 grand.
But you know what?
If you can buy someone's garage.
It's what you prefer, someone would say. Yeah? Would you prefer?
Some people don't even know, though. Some people don't even know. It's only when they're like, I want to buy a yard, and then they realise they can't afford it. In London, they start looking outside, and then they're like, "Oh shit, my money can."
Up them sides, like when you go past Manchester, you go into like the kind of Blackpools and Morecambes and all them. Yeah, do you know you can get like a 4-bedroom leafy green kind of suburb outside the main town centres, which are all touristy, right? You go out there, you can get like a 4-bedroom leafy suburb, gated. You know, like when you get over here in some places like Bromley and all them. Yeah. Mate, 250 grand. 300 grand. You can't get a 1-bedroom flat in London now for 300 grand in a house conversion. Yeah, in like zone 4, zone 5, Wembley ways and all them ways.
And even when you do look at like
a
little
4-bedroom house,
but even when you look at like an 800 grand like 3-bed house in London,
it's not all that.
The garden, you ain't got no garden. You still got to find somewhere to park your car. You spend that kind of money outside, and you're getting a garage, a garden going all the way around. You're getting it fully detached.
800 grand something. You get swimming pools.
But you know what? It's
cottage. Like cottage.
But I feel I know what you're gonna say about this. But then, what would you prefer? If you had, say, that pocket, say 500 to 800,000, whatever, to get at, would you be like, you know what, I'm gonna get somewhere in London, or would you be like, you know what, I prefer to get bang for your buck
to live
out there? Yeah, to live.
100% out there.
I'm out.
You know what? It depends. No, but it does depend on some stuff. It does depend on your life.
Yeah, of course.
And the point of your life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
you've got kids. If you're single,
of course. Yeah, you can't move them out of school. This, that,
yeah. Or not even. You know what? I think people on that point. I'm glad you brought that up because I think we were talking to people about that because we were on Sinners podcast and we were talking about like you can't buy houses. I was like, you can. You just can't do it in London. But there's places that you can still buy a house for 3 times the average wage. Do you know what I mean? That they could have done 1960s, 1950s. You can still do that in some places, right? And I think people use kids as an excuse too much. Like, I don't want to pull them out of school because they're going to have to like adapt. Kids adapt quicker than anything. Kids are going to get moved out of primary school and into secondary school. They adapt in 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's not your kids. And it's the same thing we were talking about earlier. People are afraid of success. They're afraid of, do you know what I mean? Because if they do get there, they're going to realise they're still not happy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? I think people use their kids as an excuse.
So what would you say, just a fulfillment for you then, what would you say would happy? I'm not saying that you're not, but do you know what I mean? Like, but what would be like, what have you found out in your time of life thinking that, you know what, this is what, or shall we start with what you thought before would make it, and then now what you realise is what it's about. Like, for example, there was a bit where like Mike Tyson used to say like, I used to always care about, the championship belts. It was all about the belts for me when I was younger, all about the belts, all about the world. Then he said, I think he said it's a piece of garbage or something, or whatever he was saying. It's just about his kid or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's age as well, though.
He said as well, people who think money will make you happy have never had it. That's another thing Mike Tyson said. People who think money makes you happy has never had it. Because he goes, I had it and it never made me happy.
But you know I think as you grow though, your thought processes 100%. And your what you kind of want out of life changes. So 100%. I think him feeling like that is fair, because at the time he didn't need to think about anything else. Do you get me?
That's true, yeah.
He's 21
but then when you're having children and like you kind of naturally put yourself second. Do you know what I mean? You always think about them, but at the same time, like I think giving them like a garden and letting them be kids, bro, instead of like living in a flat, for example, where they're more likely going to be on their tablet and stuff like that, which is fine, because that's what we have to do sometimes, But allowing them to live like I would say my generation lived is wicked, bro. Because I think I was at that hybrid generation, Yeah,
they are.
Where like I had MSN, but like also BlackBerry Messenger, but I still went and played out. Do you get me?
I know what you're saying.
So we had that balance. So I think they say there was a statement saying like my generation was like the best. We had the best of both worlds because we got both.
Yeah, your generation did grow up on that.
But
you were the hybrid one, where you had tablets and phones, but you still could play football in the street.
Yeah.
Whereas mine was just started.
Yeah.
Mine was the one that, as teenagers, we had no phones and we had phones, and it was a very weird generation to be in. That we grew up without phones and internet, and then while we were teenagers, we got phones and internet.
But I'm the same, yeah.
Yeah. So in the 90s, if you were a teenager in the 90s, it was a very exciting time. Because like we didn't have phones and we had phones, and in the space of 5 years, everyone had email and internet.
Yeah, just went
rapid.
Just
changed, and we were teenagers, so we were soaking it, it up. So you'll never have that generation again. It all depends on where you are in life. And with Mike Tyson, I was going to say when you were mentioning it with kids, remember he lost a child as well.
Oh, okay. Right.
So he values that.
One of his children died in a very, very tragic accident. She got. She was on a treadmill when he wasn't there, and she was only 5 or 6 years old, I think. But the lead got wrapped around her neck, and she died. And he wasn't there. He wasn't in the house. He was in another city. So you lose a daughter, especially as a man, any child, but you lose a daughter as a man to such a tragic accident. That will change you as well. And this is what we're saying about we know personas. We don't know what the man's going through. He's big bad Mike Tyson. He lost his daughter, a baby. What would that do to any of us? Do you know what I mean? And then people still judge him, like, how is he acting? If you knew what he's going through.
That's another thing. A lot of people don't know what anybody's going through or whatever.
And sometimes you might have a disability, but it doesn't look physical.
Do you know what? What made me laugh as always, like when someone said to me, what did they say to me? I think I was chatting to someone. They were like, they were saying that they were going through something. Yeah. Bit laughing. They were like, you wouldn't understand though. Like you ain't big. I'm thinking,
how do you know?
I'm 50 times worse than what you're going through. But you know what I mean? They just think
it's a little bit cheeky to say though.
But that's what people. But that's what they assume, because nobody they see you like whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like they just think like, do you know what I mean? You don't come across that.
Someone that says that though is a little bit soaked up in their own thing.
Yeah. They want to because like they are is the worst thing that's ever happened.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes like even my people, my family, whatever people that I would back, are coming to me and they're like, oh, this person's talking mad, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, yeah, but how do you think they're feeling about what you said? Like, I'm on your side, but still, like think about like maybe they're going through something. I'm not making an excuse for what they're saying.
Yeah, of course. But you're
But
seeing
what I'm
both sides
saying
of the
is
coin,
you
basically.
gotta see
Blind
both.
loyalty.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
what I mean.
love.
Yeah, you gotta see, but from
You gotta see
know
it,
what?
bro.
You're probably one of the only people that I know who's ever said that. But I'm all that all the time. I see from both sides.
You
You
can't
have-
Do you know what I mean?
you
You
can't
can't
have
just
the
do. You
blind
can't just.
loyalty.
Yeah, you can't just be
Blind
like, oh yeah,
loyalty.
what you're saying. 100%. You have to see, yeah, but you know that other person,
Because
whatever,
that's not
whatever.
love. Blind
Yeah.
loyalty is not love. People think
Yeah.
blind loyalty is love.
Yeah.
Like if you do it, we're backing you. Yeah, of course we're gonna back you. But we got to pull you to one side. That's real love.
Yeah, of course.
Real love is pulling someone up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? You're gonna end up in jail.
Course.
Or you're gonna do something stupid.
But you know what?
That's real love.
I
Real
think-
love is.
I
holding
think
people up.
a lot of people don't like to call people out and stuff.
People don't like conflict.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't like conflict.
Yeah, but it's not even. Fair enough about.
They don't
conflict,
like
but,
anything
No, but it's not even about being conflict with someone. It's just. Do you know what I mean? I think it's just basic, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But
Like
people
I've learned
can-
over time from being young. Like if I said to someone, I don't think it's just a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're-
Like,
they're-
after-
they're affected.
They're
offended
but it's true.
by
But then-
you,
But
you're
then
saying.
after a while, you think, you know what? I just. You know what I mean? Just
If they
whatever.
can't-
or
if
whatever,
they
because-
can't-
Well, this is the
I'll
thing.
be honest, because after
This
it's
is the
like,
thing.
I don't want to tell you about your thing, and
Yeah,
it's always
this
a
is the
problem,
thing,
problem.
this is the thing.
And then I seem like I'm the problem. So I just be like, you know what?
You get that in families.
Yeah, but you
just-
learn who you can talk to like
This
that
is
and
what
who
I'm
you
trying to
can't.
say.
You get that in
Yeah.
families a lot.
But
You
it's
get
not
that in
even a
families.
disrespectful thing. You're not trying to
And
come
it's-
out angle. You
just don't need
say,
a headache.
Yeah,
You don't want the headache.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
no.
It's funny you say that because I was gonna say like one thing I heard the other day was like sometimes you have to take people for who they are.
Yeah, no, 100%. I told
You actually have to take people for who they are.
Don't get
yeah.
angry at them for it.
Yeah, because you know what you're gonna expect. Also, there was another thing that like some people may treat you a certain way because how they're feeling within themselves, not
of course.
because
Yeah, of course.
not because
done
like
anything
they
or anything.
feel a
Yeah.
certain way about
Yeah, of
you.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
like
course.
you know, certain people like like they don't trust you, for example, like
they
with
got
money or
trust
whatever,
issues. They
for
got
example,
trust
yeah.
issues.
But maybe it's because they maybe it's because they know that they're not to be trusted.
Yes, 100%.
I know what you're saying.
If it was the other way around, so they feel a way about you because they know, boy, if it was me, I'll be moving mad with this guy's
I
bro.
had a client tell me that
Do you
once.
get me?
I had
I hear
a
what you're
client
saying.
tell me that once. He kept telling me, "Don't rip me off. Make sure you don't rip me off." I said, "Listen, I'm not that kind of person. I have rules in my life. I don't fuck with a man's time. I don't fuck with his money. I don't fuck with his family.
Straight.
100%. That's
Straight.
how I run my businesses, and it's been successful." I said, "I'm not gonna rip you." He kept asking. At one point, I pulled him up over it. I said, "Why do you keep asking? Has someone done something to you?" No,
Yeah,
no,
of
has
course, yeah,
someone
of course,
done?
yeah.
Because I hadn't built up a relationship with him at that time, and we became quite.
Yeah, I know you
good
said, yeah.
mates. I was like, "Why do you keep saying this to me as someone?" He goes, "No, that's what I do."
Mad thing. At least he's honest.
Yeah.
But again,
Like, shit. So that's what you think it is. It's normal. Because you do it. And you're
That-
thinking other people are going to do it to you. No, I'm
that's
not like
changed things for me though.
that. Yeah, 100%.
Like because I'm thinking, rah, this guy's moving mad. But
Yeah,
you know
100%.
what? That's just him.
Yeah.
That's
you can't,
just him,
and you
bro.
can't get angry at people for it. We spoke about that on. We spoke about
because-
that
You
on,
can't, bro.
because-
It's a waste of energy and
We
emotion.
spoke of that on
bro.
Facts Only
because,
as well.
Waste.
because also, like, sorry, I just thought of something. It's
Yeah.
like you can't expect you in someone else. So a lot of time people do that.
And we
Like,
do
my
a lot.
like-
We
my-
do
my-
a lot,
my-
though.
my- Like we're like the same sort of mind. So it's like when we do something, we do something straight away.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like I'm a person that if I'm busy, I'm actually busy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people tell you, they're busy. You think
They're not.
Nah, are they just sitting? Because no, I'm actually. You know what I
I'm
mean?
busy and I'm
Or-
still getting shit cracking for you. Like you
but,
don't.
yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's like just because you would handle a situation a certain way, or you do something like this or whatever. I said, don't think somebody else is gonna do that for you. Do you know what I mean?
we
Like,
spoke about exactly
do you know
that
what I mean?
issue.
But that's why I feel like she like having business partners as well, whatever.
It's tough.
No, I feel like there's a lot of like alignment in what you lot do, like principles or values
Yeah, it
or
has-
something
there has to be. There has to
you
be.
lot agree with, which is
had
why
a-
you do it.
We had a
Otherwise,
thing about it. We said that. I said that about business partners as well. I said I would not go into business with someone who's got no sexual discipline because I don't want you pissing our meeting away because you were chasing some bird around in a club. Do you know what I mean? Or like we're at not a party. Say
I got you saying, yeah.
And you ain't got no discipline.
But then-
if you ain't got no discipline there, how are you going to be all right? I'm not wanting you handling our money.
But I
Do you know
I
that?
actually countered this because I was saying, all right, cool. He might not have sexual discipline, yeah. He might move like a madman, but he might put his business in before everything.
But then he would have sexual discipline. Because if a girl's there going, home with me tonight, or you can go to work.
Yeah, it's true.
So you do have
it's true.
not about sleeping with lots of women. You can sleep with lots of women and have discipline. The discipline is not being able to say no to a woman. I said you can go and sleep with 100 women a week. It's all right as long as it's on your terms and you've got the discipline and you can say no when need to be. It's not about sexual discipline means you're not sleeping with women. It's just that you're not a slave to it, that you can't say no.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
and if you can't do that, how are you going to be running businesses with me? And if you can't deal with conflicts and you've got to be the nice guy and you can't handle difficult conversations, you can't. Because if you're the boss, there's no one to pass the buck. Do you know, if you run your own business, Fuse, like you got people working for you, something goes wrong, and
they come into
this, no one knows anything. What happened? I don't know. I don't know. And everyone's just, I just work here. I'm just the manager.
I know what you mean. Yeah, everyone's just passing.
No one knows anything, and everyone's just, I'm just a cameraman. Do you know what I mean? I
heard that. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, that's what happens all the time in business, isn't it?
But when you're the boss,
no one knows who done it.
But when you're the boss, you can't say that.
Yeah, of course.
It stops with you.
Yeah, of course.
That's why you have to be different. You understand? And that's when you're saying you can't expect other people to be like you because they don't have to be like you because they're not you. Do you know what I mean? There is the reason that you're in that position that you're in, and they're not. Even if they might know more than you.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm not saying because they're not good enough.
I'm just personally don't like, what's it like? I'm not saying you are.
Just saying think you're better than anyone.
Or whatever, that type of stuff.
It's not even about better. All it is, it's not about better. There's people that work for me that know a lot more about what I do than I do.
But everyone's got to have a place.
But they're afraid of the responsibility.
That's
the difference.
But everyone's got to have a place.
That's what I meant was they're not where you are.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because with me, I always say to people, I work with people. I used to work on building sites. I used to run building sites. People don't know much more than me. These guys are doing plumbing for 30 years. They know more about plumbing than I do. But my job is not to know about being plumbing. My job is to understand about how to put this build together. Do you know what I mean?
So what did you do?
I said, listen.
No, what did you do in construction?
No, what I used to do. No, I used to project manage.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So my thing was this. I know one time I had a go at all of them one time because they were doing stuff. I said, listen, and they all wanted an opinion because they all knew a lot more. I said, the day you put your mortgage on the line, you can have a decision. Because it doesn't matter if you know more than me or not. The way I run the business is whoever's dick is on the block, ready to get chopped off if it goes wrong, they make the fucking decisions. Yeah. Whether they know more or not.
Straight.
When you're the guy who has to hold the baby at the end,
of course,
you make the decisions.
For real.
So it's not about who knows more. And when I said to you about that's why you're in the position that you're in, it's not because I'm saying that's because you're better than all the people that work for you or I'm better than the people that work for me. It's because you and I are prepared, and Kix is prepared to be in that position. That if it goes wrong, my neck's on there.
Yeah, of course.
But let's be real.
That's the point I'm
making. Let's be real.
No,
some people,
and people don't have that.
No, but some people they don't have that.
But they have all the opinions.
And sometimes they don't want that.
Yeah, of course. They don't want
sometimes
that.
Sometimes they don't want that.
A lot of people don't want
that. They want to come in, they want to get their bread, and then want to go home.
And they're the best employees. But some of them don't want it, but they want to tell you how to do it.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Because they've got the opinion.
Yeah, that's
and I say to people, and I say to my team's great, but like I've said before when I've worked in other places where you kind of come in at the boss and people don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't know, who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I don't need to know more than you. All you need to know is if it goes wrong, it's my fault.
Do you know what? There's another thing down to that as well, is that people think that when you're a boss of something or you own something, they feel like, it's easy. No, but this is what I'm saying. No, but this is 100%. They think, you just go, you hire and fire. That's what they think. Yeah. You just go there and tell, you fuck
and
off.
You're making way more money.
No, that's not how it goes. When shit hits the fan, it's all good. You're a boss. I'm not gonna lie. If everything's running smooth, you can relax. Great. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
When is it ever?
When is
it ever?
But that's another thing. But for that. Half or that, or it could be that day. Do you know what I mean? But that's still, it's still taking. But you know what I mean? But like when it hits the fat, it's all on you. Do you know what I mean? Like you said,
that guy that worked for Boeing, the CEO of Boeing.
I'm not too sure.
So Boeing, the plane.
I know Boeing the plane, but I don't know who the CEO is.
There's a guy, he's a CEO for that. He earns about 30 million a year.
Okay,
right?
Crazy.
And people were cussing him. I'm like, but when someone died on that Boeing.
Yeah, of course.
When that mechanic, there was a thing that happened a couple of years ago, and the door was defective. Something happened, right?
Mm-hmm. He's getting them lawsuits, them cases.
That's what he's getting paid for. He's not getting paid because he understands planes better than everyone else. He's getting paid because he's got the responsibility that if it all goes wrong, he goes jail.
It's the same with construction. Being a manager, you can go jail.
If that building falls down, I go jail.
People don't know that though. People on site, whatever, do whatever they don't know that the manager is liable, the project manager. I mean, someone's going to jail.
If that building
when
fell
HC
over,
come all that lot, and they're like, listen, who?
and then everyone's like, not me,
I mean, and who's going to get called in? The manager is getting called in. That's what I'm saying. Everybody. But the thing, that's when everybody with their opinions telling you how they should do things. They're all like, no, it wasn't me. He's the boss. Oh, he's the and that's when you know what I mean.
And that's what I was saying. That's why you need to listen to me. Because if it goes wrong, I'm going jail.
Of course, yeah.
When you want to go jail, you can have a decision.
Yeah, that's what
and this is what I tell everyone.
What you say, when you're next on the line, then you can talk all this shit.
And this is what I say to people.
You're doing it my way, or that's
everyone can have an opinion. I'll listen to everyone, but not everyone has a decision. I'm the only one that has a decision. Or if my neck's not on the block, I could have an opinion, and it's not my decision. And it's nothing to do with I'm better than you, I know more. It's nothing to do with that. It's just on this particular job, my neck's on the line. On another job, your neck might be on the line, and then I listen to you. Whoever's going to get their dick chopped off on that block is the one that everyone listens to. It's as simple as that. And that's the simplest way I can put management in business.
Yeah.
If your dick is on the block, you make the decisions.
Just to understand, how do you lot find business, being business owners, etc., etc.? And
what do you mean?
Like as in, do you find it very difficult yet rewarding? Do you know what I mean?
So
it's like, do you know what I mean?
For me, I've never put all my eggs in one basket. So this is why when we were just talking about like, I'll take the job where I'm just doing this job.
Yeah, I get you, man.
I'll take that because I'll take that as my 9 to 5, and then I will work on whatever. Let's say
whatever you're doing,
modeling, whatever. Like I'll focus on that as well. So I've got a responsibility here in order to kind of progress what I'm doing, but I've also got that kind of insurance where that is that regular. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to balance
risk, too much risk.
But the reason why I'm like that is because I've got kids though, so I can't just take the risk. Yeah?
I get what you mean.
But
like, you're taking risk a bit, but you can't full on. Over like do the risk. I know what you're saying.
So there's that. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I know that I'm never really gonna completely prosper in either, based on the fact that I'm splitting my time 50-50.
I get what you're saying.
Do you get me? I kind of have to come to that realization where I'm never gonna do as well in this route because I'm not putting my all in. I'm never gonna do completely as well in this route as I could because I'm not putting my all in.
I get what you're
saying. I've come to that reality and I'm happy with it. To me, so long as I earn a certain amount of money and I get a certain amount of time with the family, I'm good, man.
No, I hear that.
So I'm trying to kind of come to that
realization.
Yeah, that like I want to earn a certain amount, and when I get to it, maybe it won't be enough when I get to it, but I can understand that so long as I ain't struggling too much and I can do what I want to do, whatever, I'm good, man. I
hear what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Life's too hard to be stressing too much, man. So
that's true.
I don't really want to do that.
That's real. What about yourself then?
Should have listened to my parents, man. Should have got a job.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Should have got a job, man.
It's not for the faint people. I'm telling you, because you don't know. I'm telling you, it is not for the faint-hearted. When they say the sleepless, like the constant thing, the people that I don't want to get, because obviously we're gonna have a chat about but I'm telling you, they don't know what they're talking about.
We spoke about the other day.
They don't know what they're talking about.
I've driven down today to do this. I'm on a 10-hour round trip. I'm going back straight after this.
Obviously I just told mum on the way here. Like I said I drove. Basically, I've been up. I come down here 2.5 hours. Stopped off in East. I come here, and even then I got like another hour to get back after this. Do you know what I mean? Then probably like you say 3-4 hours back out again.
Yeah. I'm not sleeping till tomorrow afternoon. I've been up since this morning. But that's normal for me.
No, I know.
That's what I'm saying. But
that's what I'm saying.
The point we're making. It's normal for us.
I know. People think, how the hell do you even function? Like,
it's normal.
Yeah. My parents, like everybody would be like, you need to sleep. Like, you need to. I'm like,
I don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury.
I gotta get and do what I gotta do.
We don't have the luxury.
You know what I mean,
I tell you a wicked example of that for you, because like you and me are speaking exactly the same way. I had my my wife's nephew, his girlfriend was down with us for a couple of days, 21 years old, and she was like, sometimes I just have to just go and lie in my bed for 2-3 days and not be talked to. It gets on top of me. I said, that's beautiful, darling. I don't have that luxury.
No, I'm telling you.
You think I can just go and lie in my bed for 2-3 days and say, people leave me alone?
That's what I'm saying.
I said, it's wonderful.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it's wonderful to have the luxury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To be able to do that. I can't do that. My business will fall apart. Do you know what I mean? And that might be a testament to my business is not at a place yet where I can leave it.
But I don't think you can ever.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got a good business, you become a cog and you can leave it for a while and it's okay. And I've got it to the point now where I can leave for a couple
That's
of weeks.
still to be.
That's coming to that point, isn't
because,
it? Like,
Joe, I'm just a firm believer as if, obviously, like you say, you have to come back because if you leave it, someone's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna fuck up. And then, I mean, if you're out
you can have a
a
machine that you can leave it. Like now, I can leave mine for 1-2 weeks.
Oh, I got you. Mean in that
and
position. No, okay, yeah, I get what you're
But
saying.
I can't just like leave it.
I know.
Like, you know, some people need to be on. It's micromanaging because maybe it's the start.
Yeah, I know
and when
what
it's
you
the
mean.
start, you're putting in the rules,
Yeah,
and
I
it
know
has
what
to
you
be
mean.
like training a puppy. You need to be there
I know
every
what you're
day,
saying.
and then after a while, you can let the puppy off the leash,
Nah,
and it
yeah.
won't run away. Do you know what I mean?
So in that question, then you do get time to switch off them from it.
No, never. I don't.
You don't. So
No,
still
because-
within
Because if
2
I have a
weeks.
date, if I have a date, well, I never take 2 weeks.
No,
off.
I know what you're
But
saying,
like,
but-
if I then I have my wife, and then she needs my attention, and she
Right,
needs that, and this is
I know
what
what
we
you
were
mean.
saying. When you get to a certain position, not better, worse, not financially.
So
Go
I
ahead.
just want to ask you a question then. So you go on holiday, right? For example.
5 days max, man.
No. That's not what I'm saying. But that is what I'm saying. If you know what I mean, I can't be on holiday for too long. I'm like, listen, I gotta get back to it. No, seriously. But anyway, but on another note, what I'm saying is, when you're on holiday, do you switch off then? Because my mum is basically still more to be like, you're still on the thing.
Yeah,
you're
it's
still in
hard.
that emails.
It's
You're
hard.
still. And I'm like, I thought we're here to chill. And
people
I'm
don't
like,
understand.
but then now she just, I know what it is now.
People
You're never
don't
chilling.
understand.
Do you know what I mean? They're just used to it. Like, they get, you know what I mean? They know like this person just.
People
alright.
don't understand. It's like you can't switch off if you're like that. And this is why I was saying we did it on a podcast the other day. We were like, people don't let people fool you into thinking 9 to 5 as a slave. We're the slaves. Slaves work for no money and get called whenever they're summoned. When I get summoned, I have to be there and I don't get paid nothing. That's a slave. 9 to 5 at 5 o'clock on Friday, you can go, fuck you lot. Phone's
Yeah,
off.
turn
See you
your
later.
phone
Don't
off.
call me till
Yeah,
Monday.
disappear.
I'm
Yeah.
done. You want me
This-
to come in? You
this-
pay me double. We can't
Yeah,
switch
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Who's a real slave? I eat last.
This is
I
what I
eat
was thinking
last.
in my head.
I eat
Everybody
last.
gets paid before you do.
I eat last.
Everybody, literally,
That's
you
a
got to
slave,
pay
right?
this person.
That's a
what I'm saying.
slave,
You got
right?
to pay everybody before you pay yourself.
And
innit?
what happened to slavery? They got the scraps at the end. We're the slaves. Don't let that get confused. We're the slaves. If you're a business owner, and people think when you're an entrepreneur, they automatically assume Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they think. They think that. They
Yeah.
think like
Like
everybody.
the
they-
1%, if not
That
even